Hey, what's up, Yearbook World? My name is Mike Smith. I'm the host of the Harbor by Jostens, as well as the host of the Jostens Renaissance Tour. Every year, I get the opportunity to speak to hundreds of thousands of high school students about finding their purpose and their passion, and using those things to make a difference in their school and in their communities. You're in a pretty cool place in life where the choices that you make now and the habits that you develop are going to impact you for the rest of your life. One of the best things that you can do for yourself now is start to find what you love. Figure out the things that you're good at and start to develop those skills. I call that finding your grind. One of the cool things about being on the yearbook staff is you have the opportunity to try a bunch of new things, to develop a ton of new skills. Some of you guys, you're more creative. Some of you are more detail oriented. And some of you, you're really good at the marketing side. And the cool part about Yearbook is you get an opportunity to cultivate those skills. Even better than that, you guys have an awesome opportunity to create an incredible yearbook that will help your classmates remember this school year.
My favorite part about being on yearbook staff is definitely that you can be creative.
Creating the thing that everyone looks forward to all year.
Getting to know my school a lot.
That I get to use writing and photography for like a purpose.
It feels like a job in a way, but a fun job. You know?
We're able to take cool pictures.
Taking pictures.
I've really found that I like to take pictures a lot.
Is being able to just capture the culture of the school and put it in printable ink that we'll be able to look back in 40 years later and still kind of know what the whole culture of our high school experience was.
It's cool to be a part of something that's way bigger than just my life and just me.
In the beginning, I was a freshman. I was the only freshman in the class, and it was really hard for me. I was really timid. I didn't know anyone. And yearbook's a class where you have to work with everyone. So I think throughout it, I've worked my way all the way up to be the editor, and I think that's because it's really helped me with my leadership skills.
Through the yearbook experience, I think everybody learns the skills definitely to work with other people. It's really a team effort.
One of the skills that I've learned is time management.
And beyond that, I've gotten a lot better at just interacting with everybody. And I also just learned I got really good at InDesign, Photoshop, and just general writing skills.
One of my favorite events that I covered this year was the special education students taught the Spanish 3 class how Day of the Dead works, and they showed them how to make sugar skulls, and they taught them about people that were special to them that had passed away, and it was a really unique thing to cover. It was really inspiring.
So this year we kind of focused on doing more personable stories instead of just basic general questions that anyone could answer. So we sought out students who had unique difficulties in their life, and we did a whole double-page spread on four different high schoolers, one who had leukemia, kidney failure, alopecia, and they all kind of just shared their story, and it was just a personal quote from them, so everything was coming from their own voice.
As you go throughout this school year and you're building out your yearbook, I challenge you to think about the purpose of it. Think about the why. Why is it important? Why does this book matter? I truly believe the more that you include people, as many activities, as many students, and as many teachers as you possibly can, the more value that this book is going to have. I've seen firsthand the impact that inclusion can have on a school. During my high school years, for the most part, I was in a clique. I was just kind of a cocky athlete. And I know for a lot of you, the yearbook class, it can get looked at like it's a clique. But my senior year, I made a choice. I made a choice to be more inclusive. I started hanging out with kids that most people walked past. It not only changed my life and the lives of other students, but it changed the culture and climate of my school. And that's the same opportunity you have with this yearbook. I guarantee you there are kids who walk the halls at your school every single day who feel like they don't fit in. They don't feel like they're gonna make it in this yearbook. How you think about those kids and how hard you work to make sure that they're included in this yearbook not only says a lot about you, but it says a lot about the culture of your school and your yearbook class. So my challenge for you is, who are those kids who don't think they're going to make it in this book? And what are ways that you guys can work really hard to make sure that they feel like they're a part of this thing, to make sure they feel like they're included?
So I think it means a lot when people get their book and know that they are in it, because it shows that they made an impact in the school.
Whenever the yearbook comes out, the line to get the yearbooks is always super long, and right as soon as people get it, you can see how excited they are to run to the cafeteria, open the yearbook, find themselves, find their friends, see the things, like the whole entire year in review.
I think when students get their yearbook and they see their picture in it, it makes them feel like they're a part of the school, and
They feel loved, you know? And that's the best part about being in your book.
I remember when I was in 7th grade before I was in the yearbook, and my whole middle school I was never in the book, and it was kind of defeating to know that you went through the whole year, you see all your friends in it, and it just kind of seems like you didn't exist through the school. So it just kind of shows that you had a place in high school.
Everybody is in the yearbook at least once, just for their portrait. But And I mean, but that's not a special thing because everybody's in the yearbook for that. So I feel like when you're in the yearbook for other stuff, it feels good.
So what we do is we design our book around coverage, and we set a goal to have 50% of the students in there at least 3 times so that they're just shown throughout and that our students actually show an interest in the book knowing that they're in it.
Our goal is to get about 50% of students in the yearbook 3 or more times, but we obviously try and go above and beyond because the more the better, honestly.
We want different grades, diversity in students, and we really strive for good content.
To cover the hard to capture kids in the yearbook, it's easier to kind of when there's a big event to find them and get group pictures of them and ask them to take pictures with their friends.
It's really important to those kids especially that when they get the yearbook at the end of the year, they're in it too. Whether they talk a lot in class or not, they still probably have some really cool things that they do outside of school that they would love to be featured and love to be known for.
You have to not just interview your friends or people that you know, not just go to the popular school events. You just have to put yourself out there and try to find people that you've never talked to before to get them in the yearbook.
When I design the pages, I try to at least get 25 pictures on each of our regular week spreads, just so we know that there will be students throughout it, but also big pictures that we can have multiple kids in. And on top of that, we try to add quotes to our folios on the bottom of every page so we can get those students who don't want their pictures taken to also be covered throughout the book.
A good way to get a lot of good coverage is with a lot of group photos. So in this spread, we have a lot of group photos of people, so it's easier to get a lot of pictures of people. Some tips for getting good coverage: I'd really pay attention to the coverage report because it does give you the whole list of all the students in the school and how many times they've been in the yearbook.
And it's really cool because you can see the list of the whole school and all of their names, and it shows you how many times they've been in the yearbook. And it's super helpful because you can know oh, this person's only been in there twice. We need to get them at least once more. Or this person's been in there 20 times. Oh my gosh, we have to cut back on them a bit.
You have to go to lots of different events at the school and clubs, games, plays, orchestra, concerts, because different people are at each of those events. And so to get what people are interested in and to find different people, you have to go to all different kinds of events.
I hope you guys understand the amazing opportunity that you have in front of you to develop new skills, make students feel included, and create a book that you're going to be able to look back on decades from now and feel incredibly proud of. So I hope you guys have a ton of fun this school year creating an amazing book. Good luck, and I know you guys are going to crush it.